Ira with Momarsh, and seems like some guys still have some issues with our written instructions on how to put our blinds together. So I'm just putting together this little video tutorial on how I like to do them. Doesn't mean it's the best way, but works for me. Pretty quick. You need to allow about an hour to put your blind on your boat, and I'll just kind of walk you through the steps in the sequence that I generally put these things together. So bear with me, I'm my own camera guy, so here we go. Right here are some tools that you might find helpful. You'll want a 7/16 inch wrench or a little crescent wrench, and then you'll need a 1/4 inch drill bit on a cordless drill and a big Phillips bit on a drill. It's handy to have 2 drills, that way you don't have to change bits. If you do that, it should come together pretty quick. So I already did step 1. You can see right there, I put in the hinges. These are the foot end hinges, and as you can see, I put them all the way at the corners there. So you want them as far apart as you can get them. Right somewhere right in there is where I like to put them. That's step 1. So step 2 is going to be to attach your head hinges, and depending on whether you got short or long doors, you'll either get one of these. If you got a short door set, it'll come taped onto a set of short door bars. If you did not get short doors, you won't have one of these. You'll just have the bars, and your hinges go up here. This outside bolt is flush with our hinge, but the inside bolt we leave up. It's a stop, so when our doors come to the closed position, this bolt is going to stop our doors. I'll show you that again later, but you want to leave this one sticking up, and then you can adjust it more up or down depending on what angle you want your doors at. So this one will be double nutted, and the reason why is so that it will stop your doors. You'll notice when you get your deck hinges, they'll have these screws pre-placed in them. We don't typically use those because they're difficult to get in and out when you're out in the field, and you can drop them and lose them and have to have a screwdriver, all that. So generally we just get rid of those, and then we also provide 4 of these push pins, and so that is what you should use to attach your door frames to the boat. This end is the foot end, that end is the head end. So we're going to put our foot end into this hinge with our pull pin. Okay, so the head crossbar is still not attached to the boat. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the head end of our door frames to the crossbar. So now I've got my bars on the boat. The crossbar is still not bolted onto the boat. You can see that these are 2 upright. So that means I need to lower my inside bolt on these hinges, and by doing that it'll allow them to fold a little bit flatter, which of course is what we want. And I'll show you a picture of them adjusted properly here in just a second. Okay. So I like to have my frames adjusted about like that, so there's an inch or 2 gap between them at about a 45-degree angle. I achieve that by putting these bolts a little bit further down so that the door could shut a little bit more. Okay, so time to drill our crossbar, put it on there. This is how you should have your door set up, have your stop set up. That's how we achieve that nice, smooth transition from boat to door, and you still have plenty of room in there. So I'm going to use this old Momarsh seat as a point of reference for what our wedges will do for you. We have an improved seat now that's camouflage and longer and better hinges and lashing straps and all kinds of stuff, but I'm using this seat just as a point of reference so that a guy can see how much room you gain approximately by adding your wedges in. So that's what it looks like before the wedges. So hopefully you can appreciate here what we've achieved with the wedge. The door on the right is our standard door, and you can see where it is in relation to the chair, and then you can see what the wedge did to bring the door up. so that a guy has a lot more shoulder room, or for guys that have a tough time sitting up to shoot, you don't have to lay back so much. You can sit at more of an upright angle. And just to give you a side perspective, excuse my shop, you can see that maybe the back would be a good place to show. You can see that there's a pretty big difference in height. So, for big guys, there's a pinch point right about here, right where your shoulders would be. And so you get over here, and some guys will kind of get into this bar. So elevating it up will help. And for guys that are really big, I mean, if you're a extra large individual, you can move this bracket out here instead of in here, and that'd give you about another 3 inches of width as well. So it's adjustable a couple different ways. I think it'll really help guys that are bigger guys, guys that are like me or maybe a little smaller. Don't have any problem fitting in our regular size deal, but as we're getting older and a little bit wider, I think this will help. So something new. It does come with Cabela's package standard, or you can order them directly from us, and it will fit all our old models too. There are no set ways to do it. You can put these hinges wherever you want. Just eyeball it. I like mine just so the dog's got a little gap between the back of my seat and the bar. Of course, it's adjustable too, so you can make it more upright, more flat, whatever you want to do. I like to give my dog a little spot to mark there, but then it's still, hidden from above, from Duck's perspective. Okay, so applying your deck cover is pretty simple. All you have to do is identify the front and then the back, and then you take the bungee that's all the way around it, secure it underneath the flange, and then go around your cockpit combing and line up where these snaps are. And when you find where the snap is on the cover, then take one of your screw studs and drill a little hole and then screw your screw stud into the boat. And then that way you can easily and quickly either put your deck cover on or take it off. So here's the back. You can tell the back has got a bigger square for your transom bolts to go through. We got the front on, we got the back on, and then just go around with the bungee cord. Secure it. All right, now we got our deck cover on the boat. So we're going to get out our door fabric. We're going to identify which end's which. So the end with the shorter top grassing strap is the head end. So that means that this piece of fabric will go on our right door, and this piece of fabric will go on our left door. Yeah. So we'll put those on there and then show you how to tie the doors into the deck cover. If you don't have a deck cover, that's when you use the little silver footman loops that come in your hardware package. If you have deck cover, you can still put those on, but I generally would not recommend cutting a hole through your deck cover or anything, because that'd just be a spot where it could start to rip or tear or whatever. So use the footman loops if you don't have deck cover on. If you do, just use the grassing straps to tie your doors to the deck cover there. So to put your door cover on, you can lay your door down on the ground and see sometimes it needs to go on this side of this grassing strap right here in between. Most of the time it'll go out here on the outside. So just look at it and then just kind of thread that bar all the way through the fabric. And then use your pull pins again. Put it on. Slide it through that hole right there, close one to the end, and then through the next one. And then you put it through your grass strap or your footman loop, come back through the cam buckle itself, and then fold it down to keep it so that it won't slide. Okay, so just like with the doors, we're going to use these tensioning straps to tie our dog door into the deck cover. So now we've got a seamless blind that's covering our boat to hide the hunter and the dog. So you can see how the far door is up quite a bit more than the inside door is. So that's pretty much a straight sideways view. You gain about 4 inches of elevation there. So it'll be pretty helpful. As you can tell, I mean, the boat looks pretty good now, even not grassed up. Once you get that sucker grassed up, I mean, it's just a little bitty hump out there, just a wad of weeds. This is the standard Cabela's package. Nowadays it comes with the dog door and with the blind adjustment system. So it really has everything that a guy would need, except for perhaps a transom and some Invisigrass if you want that. So here's a view to give you a little perspective on what the blind adjustment system can do for you. This is just with the vertical adjustment in place, not the width adjustment in place. But if you look from the back of the dog door, you can see that the standard door has disappeared. About 4 inches in height is what you gain. So I just want to do something real quick here to show you guys how the dog blind works. I just open it up, come to dog kennel, I shut it back up. You can see that she's got a good little spot to mark there. She can stick her head right there. She likes to rest it right on the corner. She can watch the ducks working all around. And then when we shoot, let's say I come up, boom, have a bunch come in, go, say, bah! So she's out of there. She goes and gets big old green head that we shoot all the time, habitat flats. Nothing brown now. Here, come on. Good, Ken. She comes back, I opened her door up for her, and then I just shut the door back up. And you can see how that dog blind, I mean, if you got a little bit of grass on it and you're laying here, that grass is going to come up, kind of really help your weakest spot on the blind, which is behind you. So I think, you know, not only does it really help to hide the dog, because you know how they do on a cloudy, windless day, those ducks are working to that side and everything's fine. And they come over here and that dog snaps its head around. Well, if you don't have it hidden, that's game over. So I think it'll really help in those conditions on your weakest spot, which is the backside. It'll also help to cover that transition from, you know, a nice smooth transition to the back of your head so that you're not getting busted as much either. Anyway, dog blind, great little new product. Along with the wedges, Cabela's and Max are both dealers. You can get them from them. You can get them from us, Momarsh.com. All right, good luck this season. Don't kill them all. We'll try not to either. Say, bye!